Happy Monday to you.
Good morning.
It's a crazy day here at the Forgetties.
Why is it a crazy day?
Who knows? Forgetti is our Italian name.
It's not really, though.
Well, I think it can be.
I don't think so.
When I was a child, I used to do radio shows.
When he was a child.
And my name was Little Johnny Forget, is what they would call me on the radio. What an odd name. I never authorized that. I never did any of that. And they just called me Little Johnny Forget.
It was just cute.
I guess. So now I am anything but Little Johnny Forget.
Or cute.
Or cute. Not cute anymore because I'm just getting older. So we had a freaking busy weekend. Well, was it Friday or we had those two offers last week. One's been accepted, one is still. And then on Saturday night, we've got two emails within a half an hour of each other stating that people wanted to put offers in on other places. So it's just going to be another busy week. And we're going to Paradise Village. Technically, we've been in there 2 days, but we haven't been in there.
Well, yes, we have. We just haven't stayed.
So we will be staying over the next, couple of days.
We'll probably spend a couple days there. I don't think we'll spend a ton of time because we are busy.
We'll do more daytime
I'm
stuff,
thinking 3 nights we'll stay there. That's what I'm thinking.
All right. And they do offer an all-inclusive package at Paradise, which is silly. It's $84 American.
It's not silly that they offer it. It's silly how it works.
You must do 3 days consecutively. So it'd be like $500 for 3 days for food and drink. For $500, you have no idea what we can get in Mexico.
Even eating out every meal. There's no way that we could eat and drink that much.
Yeah, for 10,000 pesos in 3 days. That's crazy.
Jim, good morning. Jolene, she thinks that that's cute. Little Johnny Forget.
And this is not suspenders, just to be clear. This is the Guayaberas shirt and suspenders.
Look at this little
defaulted. Should I do this up one? It's just
gotta, you guys, you just can't.
Yeah, there you go.
There's water here. I must have spilled it when I was loading the dishwasher.
So I've been working on the market report again. Still, it's the same.
It's the same. It's still there. It's still selling.
It's still crazy. Now, Nuevo Vallarta seems to have calmed down a little bit. The numbers are smaller than they have been historically, so that's interesting to me. And that's the condos mostly, because the houses there are all kind of in the same. You've got oceanfront and you've got non-oceanfront, and not any inexpensive housing.
18 more days, Jolene said. And Jolene, I read that whole article. As an unvaccinated foreigner, I will not be able to enter the States. And I can't even enter my own country. Actually, I think I can. I think I just have to be vaccinated. I think I have to quarantine for 14 days, I think, to get back to Canada. But
we ain't going to Canada.
As it stands, as of the 8th of November, it does not look like we'll be making any trips to the States.
Well, I would fight to go into America. I would not fight to go into Canada. It's just why. It's very sad to me, the country that we left, how much it has transformed. I mean, I would tell my friends every time I would go back, it's different here, it's different here, it's different here.
And it's really sad. And it breaks my heart that there was actually some people that got mad at us a while back. And one person in particular that used to watch our show a lot, but because we started to run down Canada. Look what is happening. It is a communist country. It is beautiful. Canada, in my opinion, has some of the most beautiful areas, but they don't want you socializing. They don't want you working. They don't want people coming into the country. It is really, really sad and terrible.
Here is my answer for absolutely everybody, is that the people that are making tests have not had the vaccine, yet people with the vaccine pass around the disease. Also, when these leaders, they do the photos, they all wear their masks. The second the photos are done, masks come off. It is a show for us, for them to control us. It needs to stop, guys.
Jim says, nice shirt. Karen says,
Thank
good
you.
morning. And Jolene, what do you mean, why? I'm not an American, right? We're Canadian. So we cannot
We're not American?
we cannot get into the United States. And I don't think we can drive in either. I didn't find the information on driving in.
I used to want to be an American. I mean, as a child, I spent a month of the year in the hospital, and I would be like looking across the river because the Sault Ste. Marie River, you've got Ontario and Michigan. And I remember as a child going, why couldn't I have been born on that side? And it's very easy to be born in the US. I mean, many people do it, anchor babies. And why couldn't I have been an anchor baby, Mom? You could have just went across the river, Mom. I'd be okay.
Don't be weird, John.
Yeah, that's kind of true. Sorry, Mom. I love you. I mean, yay, I'm Canadian, but I could have been American.
My understanding was that you just had to test 24 hours versus 72. As an American, yes. As an unvaccinated person, no.
And it is funny because in 70 some research articles now, 78, 76, something like that, it has come out that it is better to have the disease than the vaccination. This is just silliness, guys.
And if I read it wrong, please let me know because I've read it twice and that's what I'm getting from that. So
you have read things wrong before. I remember our marriage document. You're like, but I can still sleep around, right? And I'm like, no, it doesn't say that. She never said that.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I hope you don't. The only thing that you can really trust him on is real estate and his fidelity. But the way he talks, you would think.
Well, good morning, Leslie. I've missed the beginning. I don't know. Not really. Forgot the time change. Yes, we do have a time change.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, and you guys don't yet, but you will soon. And we'll all be back to normal, whatever that means. It is odd with the time change because now we're kind of on Alberta time for a little bit.
Yeah.
And my 3 o'clock appointment, it's funny, the day before the time change, made the appointment for 3. It was actually 2 because of the time change, and it didn't change in British Columbia.
Yeah. So what I'm reading for unvaccinated Americans is it goes to 72 hours. Unvaccinated children, foreign visitors will need to be fully vaccinated. Yay. And it has to be an FDA approved vaccination, and they will also need to show a negative test. Within 3 days of departure.
Let's go, Brandon. So, this is all to do with Brandon, guys.
I am pretty confident that I have read this now enough times that I am.
The good news is that they're going to be cleaned out. Their clocks are going to get cleaned.
No, not Mexico.
No,
Leslie, this is for us. Okay, so this is for us to go as foreigners to the United States. Because a friend of mine said you can still come visit, and I'm like, no, I can't. As of the 8th of November. Right now, to come to Mexico, it's open. You guys can come. Anybody can come down here. It's getting home. That's the issue. We actually talked to a couple yesterday that have lived both here and Canada. And they're out of Canada, and I don't know for how long. They're going to plan to be going up to the States before the 8th because that's when that takes effect. So we'll see. So Marie says, you're always to love your mom. I know. I'm always to love my mommy. I
do always love my mom.
And Jeff says, good morning. Marie loves us. Well, but Marie, as much as we love you, you're not our mummies. You're not our mummy.
No.
Karen says she is not vaccinated. She can travel to Mexico, but we'll have to test twice and quarantine on return. And I think that's kind of what we have to do as Canadians to go home. But like I said, first of all, winter's coming, so we ain't going to Canada in the winter. And second of all, we're not going to Canada.
We're not going to Canada.
Sherry Rabin. Hi, Sherry. Seriously, you don't want to come here, so who cares about the rules to Canada? Amen, sister. She says, drama teacher needs to go. Yes. And you know what? There is so much beauty in this country for us to go visit that we will just spend our vacation dollars here.
We have Morelia, which I love Morelia. And I always tell people in one city block in Morelia, there is more history than all of Alberta. And it's funny because as a child growing up in Alberta, I would always tell people, well, not as a child, when I grew up, and I would say downtown on every building there is a sign. And the signs are all different, but the message is the same. There used to be something cool here. We tore it down, but we have a sign now. Be happy.
Yeah. So, anyways.
In Mexico, they kept all the buildings. Like, you can go into an OXXO that's in a 300-year-old hacienda. Like, to me, and an OXXO is like a 7-Eleven. So it is crazy how awesome it is. And in 2010, when they had the bicentennial of Mexico, we did a road trip. But all around Mexico, they said, Mexico es mi museo, which Mexico is my museum. That, to me, blew my mind.
So that just means that we'll be spending more time in Mexico City and Guadalajara. Maybe we'll fly to Oaxaca again or Puebla. And we'll do some more local tours.
In Cancun, they're doing...
Maybe I'll buy some timeshare time off of Jolene and go vacation at her timeshare.
In Cancun, they're making some kind of train, and it's a tourist train going from destination to destination. And they're all up in arms because over 2,500 destinations are being damaged, etc. And that is the problem. Every place you dig in Mexico has something under it because
you have a white fluffy on your eye. So
this place has been inhabited for so long.
Not Leslie, but Karen, to your answer, it's a dress. And I only have it in the one color. This was another Target purchase, and I wish they had more because I love this and that purple one I bought. Love it, love it, love it. That's an idea too. You're right, Jolene. I mean, yes, we'd love to go back to the States and we like to shop in the States and we like to see places in the States that we haven't seen yet. But if we can't leave the country, I don't want to shoot guns. But if we can't leave the country, I'm okay to stay in Mexico because there's so much to see here. And worst case scenario, we can even if Mexico makes that rule that we can't fly, we can always drive because we've got a big truck.
We do have a big truck. And we can fit 4 adults in the back seat, although there's only 3 seatbelts. Yeah. And they're like decent-sized adults.
Seatbelts. What's a seatbelt?
Seatbelts are for Canadians. And people who don't want to be arrested by the cops.
Oh, no, darling. She meant the John. Yes, he has 2. He has the white one and the black one.
Not suspenders.
Not suspenders, no.
Now, in the early 90s, I wore suspenders all the time.
Yeah.
I did.
And actually, Zach, our son, we share an Amazon account, and he ordered a bunch of pairs of suspenders because he's going to be in a wedding. I think that wedding's next weekend. We better pay attention and maybe go shopping.
Not in the States.
No.
Here. Oh, and happy Halloween to the people who do the Halloweening. So if you're a Halloweener, happy Halloween.
We had fun last night. It was not nearly as many kids as normal.
Oh my God, we went through so much freaking candy.
I also sold a bag of it.
Yes. Like, people on the black market were buying candy last night, guys.
And I think I gave them a pretty good deal. I think I paid more than 100 pesos for it.
Sure.
But it was just going to the same. I mean, but then they sat out in front of our office and gave away candy. I'm like, well, that was silly because now we're just, I guess you're getting the same kids no matter what. But this year was very, very, very much more calmer. That's not very good English. That's because I'm going to blame it on taking a Spanish class this morning. So my English is shot.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it is.
It was. And then, of course, you had all the same kids coming back again. That just drives me crazy.
Not many. Not as much as we've had in the past, though.
You noticed some and you said something. It's like, get lost, kid. This is your 17th time here.
No, I think there was 3 that I am 100% sure that had been there. One of them, I gave him candy before I realized. One little guy, he comes and he asks for candy. And then he just stands there and he's waiting to get me to put more. And I'm like, okay, todo bien. So he kind of moves and then he comes back with another group of kids. And I'm like, And he didn't have a costume on, but he had this bright blue t-shirt and a little plastic bag, like it looked like it had a donut in it before. If you've ever bought a donut on the beach here and you get those little plastic kind of creamy white bags.
It was funny though. Some of these kids showing up. One kid just had a cape on. Some kids had nothing, and they're just like,
There was a lot of kids with no costumes, which is kind of sad because it used to be all like 90% had costumes. Now I would say maybe 50%. But
but they went as me.
my goodness, there were some cute little ones with costumes. I'm like, I just want to give you the whole bucket.
Christy went into grandma mode many times, and she's like, "Oh, I can't believe how cute that kid was."
And then it's the smiles and the thank you. Because their parents obviously have taught them how to say thank you for foreigners because they knew that that's who the majority of us that were giving out candy.
And then
Adorbs.
part of me is like, are we not raising little communists? Because they're kind of like, give me free candy.
Honey, this has been going on in North America for how many years?
And then look at the slope into communism in that time frame.
It took a long time.
But I think maybe Halloween is what really has changed the world for the worse.
So Karen is saying that they live between 2 American Air Force bases, so Halloween is huge there. Yeah, I bet it would be.
Can you imagine all these people in military apparel just going around collecting candy because they can't afford their own?
And they have costumes. They're military uniforms.
Yep, I would go as a military person.
I'm a general.
General. I don't know if you can impersonate a general even on Halloween.
No, but
if you're in the military,
it was his uniform. He was wearing his own uniform and going to get candy.
Oh, he was the general. He was going around.
What
so
a weirdo.
Let me ask you this question because this is a very good question. If you're in the military right now, can you go as a general for Halloween? Because there are people.
If you're not a general.
If you're not a general, obviously, if you're not a general, like if you're like an entry level military person, or even a lieutenant, could you go as a military general? That's my question to you. If you're in the military right now, please, and if it's after we're on, just put the answer in. That would be fantastic. Thank you. Because now I'm curious. If I went as a general, am I going to be court-martialed?
I don't think so.
What did you say yesterday when you said John ruined it for you? Something about
my life?
Maybe. Maybe it was the whole marriage thing. No, when we were with Jeff and Claudia. So I went to Ozzy's again yesterday, which was good.
It is just consistently good. I mean, we've only been twice, but Jeff and Claudia have been a lot more times. I had a burger. You had a sandwich, which you thought would be a little bit bigger, but flavor-wise, it was quite good.
Yeah, and I didn't look at the menu because I still think it's at 2 quarter-pound patties.
Well, I know the burger did.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So what else?
No,
did we
if
do?
caught, that's a court-martial. So only if you are military, though, right, Jolene?
Yes, I like that. Thanks, Jolene. I knew you'd know.
Yeah. I don't remember what I said that you've ruined for me. Oh, there's been so much.
No, but then you said something. Jeff said something, and you're like, John ruined that for me. And he's like, wow, that he is all that.
Oh, I was talking about something really sexy. Like a man. And then
I ruined it for her.
Because they started talking about going to the Crazy Senoritas. So then I mentioned that Jolene and Willie wanted me to go to a male, kind of like a male burlesque show.
Oh, that's right.
And I said, what do I need that? Because John's ruined that. But then really what he ruined for me was that when I was younger, when we worked at Chuck E. Cheese, we had a staff Christmas party and I was in management. So the staff pitched in on John's behest and hired me a stripper.
Yeah.
And I was mortified.
You were.
Like handcuffed to him. He had to take me into the bathroom. So I didn't enjoy it at all.
It was mortifying.
It was mortifying. Where is Ozzy? So Jolene or Debbie,
where is it?
Ozzy's is on Lázaro Cárdenas, just the block.
It used to be like a biker bar.
After Mark's.
Like there used to be all these motorbikes in front of this place.
I guess where Mark's was. Oh, speaking of Mark's, we have to get someone to do that furniture too this week.
Yeah.
Dang it, we need help to help muscle people. You could after it and get away from it. So
maybe the costume?
Maybe.
I don't know. We did put up the canopy at the office. I haven't seen it yet. Apparently, it's very nice.
It looks good. We're going to do a couple little additions now that we've seen it up, and so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have put the sign up without putting that up first.
The
Mexico
the
Life.
paint one, I know.
Yeah,
But that's okay because he can fix it. He said,
All right.
and it will. He said you won't even notice. So
because we do have Mexico Life up there as well. Because I think over the next week or two, we're going to start moving in now. And
Yeah.
for the 30th, we have the date set for the
Yep.
open party,
the open house, the grand opening.
the grand opening. And if you're here on November 30th, you are invited. We're going to have tacos and beer and wine and tequila and margaritas and mariachi. And Christie said she'd be doing a traditional Mexican dance as well. So I'm very excited about that.
No, and
With the pineapple on her
Debbie,
head.
I think Ozzy's is only, it's a sports bar. So as far as I know, it's only open evenings. I don't know what for sure his hours are. So we'll have to check on that.
Who won? Was it the Houston Astros or the Atlanta Braves yesterday? Because unfortunately, she decides that we need to go.
I thought the game was over.
Right when the Braves are up. It was 9-5 when I saw for the Astros. So I'm hoping the Astros won, only because a friend of mine, he likes the Astros.
Hey, Google, who won the Dallas Astros baseball game last night? That's in the World Series,
the
right?
Dallas Astros.
I don't know where they are.
We couldn't hear. So if you know who won, oh, she said Astros. Jolene said Astros. Thank you. That's good. Eric is in Florida today. Maybe he went to the game yesterday. So it was pretty good. I mean, we watched the last 2 innings, and I only missed the last 3 outs of the Astros or the Braves.
Yeah, and we were sitting there chatting, and then there was a commercial on, and nobody was doing anything. So I said, "Okay, well, let's go."
Christy's like, "We're leaving now."
I was not like that at all.
You weren't.
Speaking of, we're leaving now. Dallas Cowboys won too. Yeah, we saw that game as well. We did see the ending to that. Then they switched it to, tonight the Chiefs are playing. Get your cap.
Yay.
Okay, we need to go because we have to get to the office.
Really? For what?
We have an appointment at 11:30.
Okay, but I still have my market report I have to finish.
Well, you better hurry up then. All right.
All right, guys.
We will chat with all y'all tomorrow.
All y'all.
From Paradise Village.
Yay,
all right.
Paradise.
Bye.
Bye.